The Richmond chant rings around the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The fans are trying to get their home team going. The away team by 6 points as we start this second half. Hill can't break free.
Well, that's interesting that he started on the ball as well. He's been pinged for holding the ball.
He had no prior opportunity there.
Well, they're obviously saying he made no attempt, but how you do that with a couple of blokes lying on top of him is always something I found interesting.
Cochin, a long bomb, hoping for a re-bolt from 3 deep. Again, couldn't get the jump. Jackson to Greg, caught over the top. Edwards again outside of the boot, goal line. And Vickery tried to manufacture something, but it's a behind. Interesting shots of Ty Vickery just as the boys went off at half-time. Because if he was at least enjoying himself, that didn't cross the line, did it?
I think it might have been over the other side.
Okay. Umpires opting not to go for the video, but they could have gone for the video review with that. It was a score, and they can check all scores. That looked like play on.
In danger. Short.
In danger. Free kick. Richmond. Greg. Rewald again with Vickery. Rewald up. Dawson's fist. Crowley back against the run. And De Boer.
Well, by the looks of things now, Stephen Hill, I think, might be trying to run with Trent Cotchin. And Matty De Boer is just going to follow the footy because he's getting plenty of it.
Yeah, and he's won 5 clearances as well, so that's important for Freo.
Play on, play on.
Mad scramble again. 15, 20 players around this ball.
Ball's out.
Does come out. Dawson.
Oh,
Campbell smothered by Vickery. Mzungu. He kicks it. Touch play on's the call. D attacks it. He's knocked over. Hurley goes to ground. Tuck falls. Flicked out to D. Dawson. Fist away from Nahas. Hurley goes to ground again. Nahas play for the free. Manhandled. Now possesses it. Now he's over it. And he steals it. Couldn't break free with it again, though. And the umpire letting this go for an enormous amount of time. Subin. 15 yells of play on in the last minute from the umpire. Just wants them to get it clear. Cochin could do that. Stand start, kick smothered. Ricochets to Jackson. Threads his way through. He parted the seas. Runs to 50. And misses. McPhee.
Stay out, Robbie, stay out. Play on. Play on. You ready?
Johnson from the back pocket.
Play on. Play
A
on.
fake from Subin. Now he loads up long. And the mark to D. Cochin might have caught some grass. The umpire said it was all right. Puts it up in hope. Vickery's there again. Jonathan Griffin thumped it down. Deledio. Touch play on was the call. Rewald's attacking this bouncing ball. It comes hard. Dawson back the other way. Subin. Pierce. Hurley in the boundary line. And Johnson takes it over.
Saw Deledio get his kick just before. Only had 7 disposals in that first half. Ryan Crowley doing a good job on him. And here he is there, still with him, still running with the Richmond champ.
Doing well against Marich. Jonathan Griffin. Barlow outside of the foot. Main. Hands on it. Ballantyne. Ballantyne dives in again with Morris. Main toted away. Still no free being paid by the umpire. Cochin hassled. Ball under him. And Dawson now hurt. Running back with the flight against Rewald. Who's collected. If you've joined us late, Sandlin's already subbed out of the game. Fremantle sub Hayden Crozier into the game. Greg's ball. Much to the approval of the Richmond fans. Vickery, the jumper from front spot. Hands on it, but couldn't mark it. Edwards crumbs it beautifully. A sidestep, a bounce. Sides his way inside 50. Opens up the angle. Got a kick away. And he couldn't nail it. It's been lively.
I thought the first bounce was enough, but he went for a second one, which just enabled him to get run down.
Good chase by Subban.
Playing for his life. Back into the team. 5th game for the season for Nick Subban.
Well, they've certainly had field position in the early stages of this 3rd term. They had 5 inside 50s to 0, the Tigers.
Vickery flicks it out. Here's Edwards again. He's been the man. 3 goals for Shane Edwards.
With that last kick in, most teams go a zone, but Richmond went man on man. So either had to kick it long Fremantle, but he tried to spot a target. The Barlow, a misguided kick, spoiled back and a goal. So Richmond did very well defensively.
It's really the scoring and the right of screen, isn't it? We saw Freo have it all in the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter, Richmond had it for the start of the 1st quarter. Now Tigers again.
Tigers back in front by 3 points. And the fans starting to find voice again. Inside 50s this quarter. Richmond 5, Fremantle yet to get it in there. Hill has an attempt at least. Morris, Conker, Marrick, D. Cotchin out of side, runs. Pearce side by side with him. Throws that away. Free kick. Richmond fans never happy. That was there. Clancy Pearce. Wide ball, it clears the pack. D. Backtracks dangerously. Hugs the boundary. Turns it over. Crozier goes to Mzungu. Kick smothered. Main keeps it alive. And hits the hot spot. Ballantyne's down there. Pavlich is down there. Ballantine lurking back of the pack. That's bread and butter. Hits the post.
I reckon he didn't realise that he was a metre or 2 clear. He could have steadied, could have altered the angle a little bit. He really just threw it on the left boot off one step. Nearly snagged it, but probably thought he was going to be under a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, those small forwards need to be good at understanding when they have time and space to straighten up and put it beyond doubt.
Fist from Hill. Knocked it down to Barlow. Flicks the handball out just in time. Neal. It's wide. Pavlich off some hands. Main couldn't get a toe on it. Ellis stumps it through the middle. Johnson left it behind. Vickery attacks and collects. Marrick corralled a little. Slips a kick. Bounces to Reebok. Shovels out a handball. Martin slips on the slippery deck. Mundy caught by Conker. Tossed after he got rid of it free. And the Richmond fans unhappy.
Gee, that hurts. They were away there.
To Hill quickly. Ellis runs back, but Hill marks. Sold that one nicely to Jackson. Pavlich in position A. Couldn't mark back the pack. Clancy Pearce for the lead back. Morris dived and smothered it brilliantly.
Richmond's defence looks very vulnerable, doesn't it, to the long ball one-on-one.
It always gets over the back, doesn't it?
Over the back, Batchelor at times, Rance at times, Morris at times. They just look really, really vulnerable.
Well, he called it in the 1st quarter, and then Kingy called that Newman went back, but it's still happening.
Flick down to Pearce again, another fumble. Jonathan Griffin couldn't find his shoe. Neither could Marich. Thrown out by Tarko. Gee, that was lucky for umpire not to spot that. Is that out to his handball stats, that throw?
Should.
Number 3 handballer in the competition this year. 2 old teammates tie up again. Down to Morris. Caught. Ballantyne a hip and shoulder. Pearce. Matthew Pavlich touched was a call. And indeed takes it across the line. Edging closer. A 1-point game. Hurley to D. Everybody takes a breath. Vickery, Johnson, Broughton front spot, takes it to the boundary. Dockers have lost 7 of their 8 games here at the MCG against Richmond. They've lost their last 10 here against all opposition. This is a massive afternoon for them. Pearce inside 50. Good splendid tackle, Ballantyne. He's had an influence this afternoon.
Good footy there. It was a great take. And Ballantyne just at it again. He's good at it. He's trying to get a free kick.
Trying to get under somebody's skin. Flicked out. Main.
Oh, it's a goal.
Hacks it towards goal. Hayden Crozier with the handball, superb. And Main nails it. Fremantle back in front.
Something going on here.
Free kick, Fremantle.
That's what I heard. Ballantyne.
I think it was just a threat of don't give a free kick away.
Gee. I mean, Clancy Pearce has only had 4 disposals in the first half. He's had 5. We're only 11 minutes into the third quarter, so he's having an influence on this game, as is Ballantyne.
Plenty happening after the goal was kicked. A little bit going on off the ball. And what a strange sight to see Hayden Ballantyne involved. Just starts with a little push. He just gets in the face of the defenders.
Geez, you'd love to give him one, wouldn't you?
Rude.
Sombrello vote, you mean? 1 or 2.
Good option.
Jackson off the deck. Johnson. Tuck. McPhee. Shovels it out. Pearce takes it across.
Rocket, what do you do with Brett Deledio? How do you get him into the game?
Yeah, he's been shut down, hasn't he? Well, I think he's gone into the midfield now. I don't think as a forward's going to work in these conditions. I think it's either as a half forward, coming up and playing behind the ball to try and give him some run, trying to give it, or actually goes into defence, because they really do look vulnerable in the back half.
Trying to clog up their forward line.
Yeah.
Marich flicks it down. Gets his own ball. Stolen by De Boer. Pavic attacks it. Thump clear.
Rance.
Got a fist in there, Rance. Batchelor pushed to the side. Umpire said to the side. Nahas. Main. Crozier's having an influence. Goes back, lays a tackle on Martin. Pearce bangs it forward in hope. Pavic has got 3 to beat here. Ran after it. Went and got it. Kicks it goal. This is for 5. Post.
A couple of posters in the third term. They look dangerous every single time they go forward. Had a couple of loose behind the play, Richmond, and yet Matty Pavic was able to lead up, unopposed, turn around, look at his options and have a shot.
If you put both sides together, there's been 10 inside 50s for 8 scoring shots, so both defences are leaking in this third quarter.
Ball to the back. Marich to the wing. It's tantalisingly stayed in for a moment.
I asked about what you could do with Deledio. One move you can do as a coach is send him to an opposition gun midfielder, but Freo really haven't got anyone. I mean, at the moment, none of their midfielders are getting plenty of the ball, only De Boer, and he's sort of half doing a run with job.
10 of the 15 goals coming from turnovers today.
It's Crowley's turn.
He's still holding it. Yes, he is. And he's going to do it for another half of football.
Lockie Neal lays a tackle. Cross line. Gave him huge raps pre-game. Doc has recently extended his contract, so they see a bright future for him. Jonathan Griffin kicks it out of play on the full. Free kick, Tigers.
Couldn't quite match that magnificent left foot snap that he did in the second term. That's the other end of the spectrum.
That was one of the other 99.
Brett Deledio.
That's how you get him in the game.
Yep. Hasn't quite matched his 33 possession per game pace that he's had this year so far this afternoon. McPhee thumped it clear. Barlow got a toe on it. Ricocheted back. Fortuitously. Crichton missed Main. Hard attack from both players. Wrap around tackle. Newman taken to ground.
bullpen making an attempt.
They've really lifted their intensity in the midfield here, the Fremantle Dockers. Hill and Pearce in particular. Their attack on the football is first class at the moment.
Jackson from the flick down, heads wide. Ballantyne dives, but he leaves it behind. Ellis.
Good kick from there.
Edwards, couple to beat, knocked it down to Bohr, looks back to try and find some troops. McFarlane, did he have Pryor there? He's wrapped up by Rewalt. Umpire says he did not have Pryor ball up.
Well, for the last half of the tackle, Jack Rewalt actually had the ball, but again, this time it's Freo. Feeding it out the back is fraught with danger today.
De Boer lays a tackle on Jackson this time. He hops his way across the boundary. Some friction out there. Good for the game. Both teams 5-5. Trying to head to the halfway point of their 2012 at 6-5, not 5-6. And there's a big difference.
Freo been very good in the clearances today, leading 9-4 as we have a little headbutt there by Jackson.
Accidental.
Accidental, of course.
De Boer to Barlow, bumped, tuck, high, full forward, Marriage down there. Johnson, he can take it through for a behind. He's thinking about it. He gives to McFarlane, who doesn't want to drag it through. And every behind might be of value come late in this game. Subin turns it over though. Tuck. They're queuing up in the goal square. Marriage is down there.
Kick.
Rewalt's down there. Nahas off some hands. Marrick back to Nahas. Knocked away. Marrick rolls it out. Jackson might have a flying shot. 5-point game.
9-5 in the clearances and 30-23 for the game. Freo haven't been winning the clearances for a couple of weeks. They did earlier on in the year, so this is a great turnaround by their midfielders and Ruckman.
Everton wide to Jonathan Griffin. Broughton dropped in the front to Barlow. Pavlich waits for the bounce, tries to flick on. Little knock from Newman. Pavlich jumped on his back, ball to the line. Fremantle worked to the wing. Fremantle with a bye next week. So they've got 2 weeks to get over this one. Might as well give it every ounce they've got. Hill. Crowley. Morris flies to the fist, knocks it down. Deledio starting to get a few possessions. That's a horrendous possession, though. Pavlich gives it up to Mazungu, hands it up to Neil. Stand start from 40. But that's better than a behind. Out of play, they'll get a ball in.
He apologised to his teammates, Brett Deledio. That's another shank. We've seen a few of those today. It was actually the right option because they were breaking to the open side, but just completely miskicked the footy.
I reckon Crowley might be just in his ear about that one, I think.
Pavlich doing some ruck work. Rance kick smothered. And D sees this out of play. Everybody takes another breath. 5-point game. It's been tight from the outset. The biggest lead to either team today has been a 13-point lead that Richmond had. And that was late in the opening term. Flick down again. Martin. Griffiths. Neil bumped off it. Rance. Crowley. Boundary line.
They're almost working a little bit harder around the ground, the Dockers, to the naked eye at the moment. They just seem to, that's a good smother with the head from Barlow, but just seem to be working so hard to get numbers around the contest.
Ellis couldn't break through with it. Hill does to Broughton. Tries to swing it around. Main jumps and almost brought that down. Crichton slips a handball up. High hack towards goal from Crozier. And Newman takes a safe saving mark.
Not getting too many options here.
It's a silent Richmond crowd right now. McPhee left it behind. Conker hasn't seen a lot of it. Drives this one long. Marriage playing out of the forward line. Beaten by Zach Dawson. Beaten hands down there. Johnson plays on. A bounce. Doesn't want to turn it over. Heads back. Clancy Pearce. Back to Johnson. Just pops it. Turned it over. Griffiths.
That's a costly miss.
Conker. And the Tigers take the lead back. Revolt. Marrick beaten for it by Pearce. Got a fist on it. Back to Johnson. To Crowley. Revolt stands under it and takes the mark.
Hasn't done much since he rolled that ankle. It's just a little out of sorts.
Tigers still got a lot of players behind the footy that actually aren't working up once they win possession. Just making it hard to go forward because they're going to much superior numbers.
Brandon Ellis hits the pocket. Marriage is down there. It's past him. McPhee.
Oops.
He slipped. Inopportune time. Edwards, the wrong man to let have the ball as well. McPhee, another fumble. Mundy mops up that little mess. McFarlane. Kick around the body, dangerous. Revolt's under it. Thump clear. Pavlich lending a hand. Tuck to the top of the square. De Boer, who's been everywhere. Barlow having one of his better games for the year possession-wise as well. Mundy.
Move it on, play on, play on.
De Boer stands under this. And the boundary umpire gets a chance to earn his pay. 54-49. Fremantle by 5.
Yeah, De Boer's had 20 touches now. Johnson's had 19 at half-back. Barlow 17 in the midfield. Cochin and Tuck 18 for the Tigers. Grigg 16.
Jonathan Griffin palmed down to Hill. Brought to the wing. Batchelor, second grab. Runners in the midfield. Little slip again. This time it's okay for Ellis. Hurley. And a long bomb. Rewalt caught behind. Johnson getting back, and he takes the saving mark.
Well, that is a one-sided player that didn't want to do anything other than kick it on his left foot. Hurley had to pull it up and go back the other way. Doggers had numbers.
Mzungu to Mundy to Ballantyne, and it opens up for Fremantle right now. The leads come. Richmond getting players back though. Back to Mundy, has some space. Called to go, took a half step, slips it to Subin, pocket. They'll take that, ball in.
See, they've been hot on the play-on call today, the umpire. As soon as you even look like you're considering an option, that way to play.
I think that last 4-0 forward for Richmond with Hurley, Johnson covered the dangerous space. We're talking about Richmond not covering the dangerous space. He covered the dangerous space and marked the ball by himself.
And yet Hurley still kicked it there when he had time to assess.
De Boer, again hard at it. Validio beat him to it, to Tuck. Makes it somebody else's problem. Broughton stands under that. To the top of the square. Can Main get a jump? Crozier does. Stunts it down. Little fumble. That's all it takes sometimes. It opens up. McPhee tracks it down. Jumped on a little. Rance got away with it. Edwards.
Oh, they're out here.
Martin. Now Ty Vickery can get and go. He's got numbers over the top. Kick needs to be good. It is good. It opens right up now for Trent Cochin. Had more time. Didn't need it. Richmond back in front.
I was just about to say about 2 minutes ago that Fremantle looked more dangerous going forward. They had a little bit more method.
That's the first time today Richmond's really got out the back with numbers, isn't it?
It is.
Forward of the footy. I reckon Cochin was in 2 minds too when he got it. Do I chip it out in front of Revolt?
Yeah.
Or do I go for goal? It was nearly a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Really, I think it might come down to the team that's prepared to work the hardest with their feet as far as running. Not so much hardness at the footy, because I think that's about even maybe Fremantle a little bit better at that, but they've just got to be prepared to work away from stoppages.
A 1-point game. The Tigers lead in the shadows of three-quarter time. Big couple of minutes coming up here for momentum. Couple of fumbles. Crazy scramble. Barlow tried to shovel one out. Got a boot on it in the end. Knocked back into the congestion.
Trent Cochin's having a spell at full forward at the moment. Jack Revolt's come up to virtually the 50-metre arc, leaving Cochin one out with Broughton.
Tuck again. Morris thumped away from half forward, but Edwards pounces. They've got some momentum right now, the Tigers. Cochin attacks this. Good attack too. Kept his feet. Got front spot. Broughton just as good. Conker back towards Cochin's direction. Rewalt tried to flick back, and that's deliberate. Did he disguise it well enough?
Throw it in.
Zach Dawson looks to be hobbling badly, and he's put the hand up. Needs to come off.
His kneecap.
Right knee.
Back into play. They're a man down right now with Dawson injured. Crowley, he buried his head there, so that's no free for too high.
Oh, he's in pain, Dawson.
They've already used their sub, Fremantle. If you joined us late, Aaron Sandlin subbed off early in this game. So Hayden Crozier, their sub, already on. Richmond yet to use their sub, first game of Brett O'Hanlon. And he could give them a live wire to go to in the final term of this contest. He is a midfielder, and he gets plenty of it, we're told, Brett O'Hanlon. Zach Dawson comes off. So they have one ace up their sleeve still, the Tigers.
Didn't look bad. No. Just must have landed awkwardly.
Morris dragged down on the kick. Barlow. Tuck. Flex it out to Newman. Back inside 50. Broughton for the fist. Thumped it back outside. Neal. Crichton. Ballantyne wanted to come in. He's got the numbers. Pavlich, good contest from all. Three of them spill. It hits the deck. De Boer flicks it out. Mzungu, his big moment for the game. He can give it back to De Boer. He does.
Well done.
And De Boer marks 30 from goal. And they could lead at three-quarter time, the Dockers.
They had numbers loose in the middle there, Freo. They just had this was a really important contest here. If you have a look at the
Batchelor went the all-or-nothing option. And he left and he attacked it, but he didn't take the ball forward.
And Mzungu there, in the end, just a good short chip to De Boer, who's been fantastic today and could really top off a great three-quarters with a goal.
It's been 50-50 at goal this year. It's kicked 7-7. That is a massive kick. The Dockers lead by 5.
22 touches, 6 clearances, 11 tackles, 3 inside 50s and a goal, De Boer. This would be one of the games.
This is the contest here. Look at Batchelor. He attacks it, but the ball goes over the back. It needed to be a big fist that went 15 or 20 metres in Richmond's direction, because as soon as he took himself out, there was no one behind the footy.
What Richmond are doing with Deledio, he's playing that high half-forward role, and what he's doing as stoppage is going to round up the Fremantle player, so he's making a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, so the Fremantle can't get their +1, they can't get their drop-off player.
1 minute left. Hill gets the clearance. Newman, good captain saving mark. Maybe time enough for the Tigers to have one more attack.
Good effort, Pearce.
Merrick thumped away. Couldn't make something of it. Clancy Pearce in the spot. Tattooed up, Clancy Pearce.
Been very good today, the Dockers, at not allowing Richmond to control the footy once they get possession down back. They haven't been able to hit easy targets.
Hill through traffic. To Barlow as the seconds tick down.
Oops.
Morris dives in. Broughton messed that up, but he's still fighting on. He taps it out to Barlow. Scott Mzungu. Caught. Just got a toe on that in time, so it wasn't ball. Down to 30 seconds. Jackson put his head down and 1-1.
Pavlich loose behind the play for Freo.
25 seconds and counting. Marriage. Thumb clear.
It's been good again. Johnson has had a terrific year across half-back.
Looks like they've sent Griffiths forward as well. The Tigers normally plays as a key defender. He's gone
forward. They've done that, Jace, because Zach Dawson is down in the medical rooms at the moment trying to stretch them for key defenders.
Still time here. They need a mark. Richmond. Ellis inside 50. Thumped away. Big hip and shoulder. Pearce and Nahas both went hard at it.
Oh, he's got a high contact free kick.
Oh, my goodness. Is that a big call from umpire Schmidt?
On the siren as well. So he gets the big hip and shoulder there, and that's a fair bump. That's okay. It's because of the legs of Subban, who's come in and virtually put him in a leg lock. If you approach a player like that, the umpires will pay. I don't like the free kick, but that's what they do because he put his legs around the head.
I don't know the rules then.
That was a Schmidt decision.
For the lead back at the last change, Robin Nahas, that's what he has ahead of him. A few skips, crowd go up, but it misses. Three-quarter time at the MCG, round 11 clash between 10th and 11th on the AFL ladder. The winner tonight will be knocking on the door of the top 8, and right now it's the Dockers by 4. Fremantle 9-6-60, Richmond 8-8-56.